This is SportsCenter.
In this first edition of Forest Hawk SportsCenter, we're covering the first varsity football win in the school's history, as well as a couple of volleyball wins that showed the preseason pollsters that they probably should have done a little more studying. It's all coming up on SportsCenter right now. The football season started out with home games against number 1 ranked Fargo and Dickinson. Both games ended up in a predictable manner, with North winning 40-0 and Dickinson winning 28-6. But then it was Devils Lake's turn to come to the Hawks turf, and there was a bit more optimism going into this game for the Hawks. Last year, Devils Lake won the matchup 41-8, but the Hawks got off to a great start. On the first play from scrimmage, Dylan Johnson reels off 15 yards to get the opening drive off to a good start. A few plays later, it's Xavier Burrow gaining another 13 to the same right sideline. And then it goes back to Dylan Johnson for the 19-yard touchdown run. Devils Lake scored on a 50-yard pass on their first possession, but after a few running plays, Taylor Stefanowicz hits Israel Bauer down at the 1-yard line. On the next play, it was Johnson taking it in for his second touchdown of the game. In the second quarter, a little misdirection play ends up as a 53-yard touchdown run by Gavin Olsen as he goes untouched to the end zone. That made the score 20-7. Another long pass, this time from Stefanowicz to Jackson Narum, nets almost 50 yards, although this drive was stopped without a score. In the second half now, and the defense had some plays too. Carter Schenk assists on this tackle for a loss, and on the very next play, Axel Anderson goes up and steals this pass from a Firebird receiver. Towards the end of the third quarter, the handoff goes to Ty Jerry, who goes untouched around left end for a 70-yard touchdown and a 27-7 lead. That lead seemed safe. The Devils Lake scored on a long pass and then scored on a punt return to make things very interesting. Devils Lake scored their third unanswered touchdown with about a minute to go, making the score 27-26. It all hinged on the extra point. Devils Lake went for the win with a 2-point conversion, but the Hawks defense stopped the run cold to seal the win. And now on to volleyball. In a preseason poll, the Hawks were ranked 8th. After a weekend tournament where they went 3-3, and then a road win against Wahpeton, the Hawks had their first home game of the 2023 season against the West Fargo Packers, who were ranked number 3 in the poll. The pundits were in for a surprise. After dropping behind 6-2, Jaden Hale serves, and it's Jordan Christofferson with the block. A few points later, we're switching servers, and it's Lilia Donnelly with the ace. That's Piper with the dig, Lilia with the back set, Nora Schumacher with the first kill attempt, and then Ella Livingston with the spike on the overset. This time it's Alyssa Sommerfeld with the unreturnable serve. Sydney Swain tries a high set for Livingston, but that didn't work. So on the next drive, she gives Ella a quick set, and the Packers can't handle it. Jordan gets the dig on this sequence. Sydney feeds it right back to her for the kill. You can score points without hitting monster spikes. This sequence goes from Alyssa to Sydney to Kendall Mueller, who blindly hits it to an open spot on the floor. Match point with the score 24-23. Sommerfeld to Donnelly to Livingston, who taps it over for the winner. This would have to be labeled as an upset based on the preseason expectations, especially as it was done in 3 straight sets. Next up was Davies, ranked number 2 in the polls. There was no magic this time, however, although the Hawks made each of the 3 sets very competitive. Our final match of the show was with Fargo South. They were ranked just 1 spot in front of Horace, so a close match was to be expected, and it was close indeed. It's Sommerfeld to Schweyen to Mueller, who places it down the left side for the point. Here's an unexpected point. South blocks Jaden's kill attempt, and the Hawks manage to pinball it around until Alyssa fists it over. Harper Coulter makes his quick set to Ella, who hammers it down. Sommerfeld hits the pass too close to the net, but Lilly is able to tip it back to Jordan Christofferson for the cross-court kill. You can never see too many monster spikes. Sydney Schweyen sets it perfectly for another kill by Jordan. And Jordan one more time to tie the match at 2 sets apiece. It's 14-13 in the 5th set. South is able to return the serve, but Jordan passes it to Shayla, who sets up Kendall for the kill that ends the marathon. Despite being only a freshman, Jordan Christofferson stays on the floor for the entire rotation, and it shows in the stats as she led the team in both kills and digs. That's it for this edition of Horace Hawk Sports Center, but be watching for future shows.